Guys, do you know what's wild? The same people who leave their home countries to build better lives often end up living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they are irresponsible, but because they are trying to save everyone. Today, guys, we are diving deep into a reality many immigrants silently live with: the emotional and financial exhaustion of sending money back home. From Jamaica to Nigeria, Ghana to Trinidad, people abroad are realizing that what started as love and loyalty has turned into a system of guilt, pressure, and sometimes betrayal. Now, let's unpack the truth behind remittance guilt, that that feeling that you owe your family your entire paycheck, and why a new generation of immigrants is finally saying enough. So let's talk about it, because real love shouldn't mean going broke, and family shouldn't feel like an emotional ransom.
Don't send a barrel to Jamaica. If you don't understand the cultural significance of barrel, of sending money home, just don't do it. I remember when I was struggling with my son many years ago, and literally, barrel saved my life. That barrel saved me sometimes like 6 months on a supermarket bill. Sometimes I was in such desperate need. At the $50 a Western Union make me eat. You understand me? And literally, barrel saved my life. That barrel saved me sometimes like 6 months on a supermarket bill. Sometimes I was in such desperate need. At the $50 a Western Union make me eat. You understand me? Sometimes when the rent need to pay, and sometimes when I'm back to school and you're so desperate and you get on the phone and you want to beg the $100, and you go around so many corners because you want to beg the $100, but you don't know how to beg the $100 because embarrassment will kill you. You understand me? But at $100 day, keep the roof over your head for another month. You understand me? I remember that. This whole culture of sending barrel back home came about because as a community, we sacrificed and invested so that some of our relatives could get a ticket, could pay for the visa fees and buy a ticket. You understand me? And we help them get on their feet so that they could go abroad. And when them in a position and I make a little money, then yes, the expectation is that then they would turn around and help us. You understand? Sometimes it's the breadwinner of the family who left their children, as it was the case in my family, that my mother had to leave her children in the care of the community and go overseas. You understand me? Come to America to try to make it. And the struggles that she went through when she initially came here. You understand? And made sure that at home, not just us, but the community that we were in were okay. See, I understand that there are a lot of people nowadays who have the expectation that they should not work and that, the barrel must come and the money must come. I understand that, and I'm not discounting that. I feel like some of us, when we move into these Western capitalist cultures that is so individualistic and it's me, we embrace that and we start to wear that, and we forget that we came from wholesome communities that actually looked out for one another. You understand me? That when you're hungry, you can get some food from next door, because you know that when your neighbor is hungry, then you turn around and feed them. That's literally the communities that a lot of us came from. And to come talk about we not send no barrel home. And to come talk about we not go a Western Union for nobody. I've always been an advocate for second and third generation Jamaicans overseas to claim their citizenship. But I feel like a lot of you also are too far removed from the culture and are too far removed from the significance of certain traditions for you to successfully integrate and contribute to that community. So I don't know. Right now I'm second guessing whether or not that is something that I still support. because too many of you are far removed from the culture that you want to claim.
So this is what it's like to live a foreign and have family back home asking for money and you not have it. Last year.
Darling, big dirty white girl pussy where you have a sucker foreign, dirty lesbian, bumbo hole, you shake seven on one. Fire for pussy hole, yeah. And keep your things, cause y'all get fucked. You better live a blood clot for it.
That's what it's like.
This message is for MoneyGram. At this point, I'm convinced on literally just Google how to be a backward business and follow them steps there. Because how else? Why is it that on a location them ever short of money? I'm not talking about no big niche money me I collect, you know, me I talk about some little 100 and 200,000 and me I feel hop from location to location to find somewhere have enough money. Why is it that on a do not allow people for the self-transfer, but at the same time we don't have an option on the website where say self-transfer? So me do my self-transfer now, go to the location for collect only for here, so me have to cancel it because them now gonna give me the money. So why not have the option on the website for do it? Explain. Then why is it that now a MoneyGram is different from a Alaska MoneyGram? So now me have to double check to see if it's a Alaska MoneyGram or a MoneyGram me I go to, because otherwise me can't get the money. So the other day now, me got MoneyGram. Mind you, I had to go on 2 separate occasions because them tell me say me have to bring a secondary ID for them scanning of them system so that me can get the money. So anyways, I go back the next day with the secondary ID and whatever, and I'm not even gonna mention the amount of attitude where you have to go through when you got in place here, because at this point it's like you come for expect it once you're Jamaica. It's like a job requirement these days. But anyways, she did it with her attitude, and she did on her video call with her little boyfriend, and all her mind said that so we can't see, you know, because the glass tint. But anyways, she take her sweet little time. I finally get the money now. Me I said the money are kinda light. It seemed like something missing. So I go now going on look corner and I check it and I say, but this forget $46 more. Cause my receipts and I forget $46 more, and I don't want much money, you know. But at the same time, how the money short, I'm not hear nothing, she not say nothing or whatever. So I go back to the counter and I say, this seem like it's short. She said, oh, I never have no change. Just so the lady not even tell me so the money short, you know. I better yet make she give me $50 and ask if me have a little $4 or a $5 change. I even say you can keep the $4. My lady just give me the sharp money and not even say nothing. So me I say them kind of things here. Them things are just not fair go on, man. So right now Western Union, if you want to lead them out of business, just increase in the exchange rate. Cause me not say no other reason why people really got MoneyGram.
So there's a video circulating by a young lady, and she's talking about how most of us are no longer going to be sending money back home, and she's basically saying how we're speaking from a point of privilege and how we are losing our sense of community by doing so, in addition to some other points. She turned her stitches off, but I want to share my perspective. The reason why most of us are not going to be sending money back home the way our parents were doing is because the way our parents were doing it was not sustainable. It's not wrong to have a need, but it is not practical to rely on somebody to fund your life. Now, I'll always say this, when it comes to education and like medical needs, I am more than willing to, you know, finance a family member if my finances can accommodate it. When it comes to health and education, I can do it. Particularly education. Why? Because if I'm investing in somebody's education, I know that at a point they will be able to, you know, support themselves and get a job. So the end goal is gonna help their own financial freedom. They're not gonna remain dependent on me for the rest of their life. But what is happening, and as we've seen from our parents, is that they keep sending money back home to people who are just waiting for our parents' money to be able to live life. That is just not appropriate. And let's think about it even critically. If you were to calculate the money that African parents have been sending back home versus the amount of money they're putting in their own children's education fund to go to college, yeah, crickets. There are certain things that just don't make sense. And I think that this generation of Africans, we're learning, or even immigrants, we're learning how to have boundaries. You cannot give somebody else life at the expense of your own. It's just not going to work. Basically, don't give a man a fish, teach him how to fish so he can be independent. And I think that's what the scary part is. The people receiving money back home are not interested in becoming financially independent. They are more excited at the prospect of having somebody fund their lifestyle. That is not healthy. And I think that us saying no is completely in our right, because again, you are having African parents sending thousands of dollars back home to family members, yet their own kids they don't even have a college fund for. Talk to any financial advisor and they're going to tell you that you don't have wisdom. You are financially illiterate by doing so. All in all, we are having boundaries, and that is going to annoy the people who want to be dependent on us, and that's not our problem.
To all of the ladies them will live a foreign, I meet these Jamaican men over social media. I want to never see before. All the thing on them do attack on phone. See, you don't know nothing about these men. I want to send on hard working money go give these men a Jamaica. Ladies, you have sense. Ladies, stop it. Stop make these men I take on for fool. Because a lot of these men, them I take on for fool. They just want to know say them have a woman, a foreign, where they can beg and go on a story. Use all kids what they don't have until they say them kids sick, them kids need this. I want to believe into them and I give them the money. Enough for them money I use. Because enough I want to come and I cry to me and I say, boy, brown lad, you know, say, me meet this man I never see before. I'm a beg me money. Ladies, from the moment the man them a beg on the money, cut them off. Because I know only the money I want, I because only their friend they want a woman to use. If a man in Jamaica really want to know in a beg on, he just go on in quality time.
So I'm pretty sure by now all of you guys have seen the video with that Jamaican lady complaining of foreign out and she never get to go up on a vacation and this and that. And honestly, I feel bad for her, but me tell about some of them old time Jamaican. Yeah, I feel like a few generation I break the curse here. Them take all of their money and them send it God Jamaica. Then we live the worstest life of foreign, and them family at Jamaica live the best life. Every week or every bi-week as the pay drop in a them checking account, them take half it send gang at Jamaica. Everybody have them responsibility, auntie, uncle, cousin, granny, everybody, and them pack 1 million barrel and them look, and I know whatever it is, oh yeah, it's goodness of them art, because them they are foreign and them feel bad for the family them where they're Jamaican poor. But me tell us something, me see whole heap of people do it and them not get nothing out of it. Nothing at all them not get out of it. Yeah, people even do it to me too. The people that used to take care of me when me did there at Jamaica, I don't even care about them right now. So take your money and you enjoy yourself and put yourself first and live your life first. Because the only reward a good man gets is him got heaven first. That is it.
Let's begin with where this all began. Back in the day, migration was a family investment. Communities would, pool money to send one person abroad, and in return, that person would help everyone and everyone else rise. It worked for a while, but fast forward to today. That once noble system has become a heavy burden. Living abroad is very expensive. Rent, healthcare, taxes. Yet, many relatives back at home still believe that once you are foreign, you are rich. And when you try to say no, you are guilt-tripped. So, you think you're too good for us now? Those are the kind of the question they ask. That guilt is powerful. It keeps people stuck, sending money they can't afford, working double shifts, losing sleep just to keep everyone else happy. But now, there's a generational shift. A new wave of immigrants is breaking that cycle. Not out of selfishness, but out of survival. Because love shouldn't destroy you. Now, let's be real. The remittance system that once symbolized community and sacrifice is now breaking people. The first generation of immigrants gave everything. They lived, the worst life abroad. so their family could live the best life back at home. They sent barrels, cash, clothes, sometimes every cent they earned, but it was never sustainable. Today's generation is waking up to that truth, that constant giving doesn't just drain your wallet, it drains your spirit. Because what happens when that love you give becomes a weapon used against you? Families using guilt like a leash. Life is hard back at home. You have to help us. You are the only one who made it. You owe us. That is what most of them normally say. That is not love. That is emotional manipulation, dressed up as tradition. And the truth hurts. Many migrants have realized they are not seen as family anymore. They are seen as a walking ATM with a heartbeat. Money meant for school fees ends up at a party. Funds for a house disappear, and when you visit years later, there is nothing but land and excuses. Imagine working 10 years abroad, dreaming of your retirement home, only to find that your savings turned into someone else's new car. That betrayal isn't just financial, it's emotional. And that is why this new generation is setting hard boundaries. Boundaries that, that sound like, no, I can't send money this month. No, I'm not paying for another car or house project. No, I won't fund your lifestyle while I can barely pay rent. Because this time, the focus is shifting from enabling dependency to building sustainability. Instead of sending endless cash, people are choosing to invest in education, because teaching someone to fish beats giving fish forever. Now, send barrels, not cash. Ensuring necessities like food and toiletries reach the right hands. Help in emergencies, not comfort. Saving a life, not funding lifestyles. That's what real help looks like. And here's the key mindset shift. Before you help anyone else, secure your own oxygen mask first. That means build your own retirement fund. Set up your children's college fund. Pay off your own debts before taking on someone else's. Because what's the point of saving everyone else if you drown in the process? The truth is, real love doesn't demand your destruction. It doesn't ask you to sacrifice your future to prove your loyalty. If love only survives when you are broke, exhausted, and resentful, that's not love, that is control. This new generation, the sons and the daughters of sacrifice, are saying the cycle ends with us. They are breaking, they are breaking free from the guilt their parents carried. They are redefining what it means to help. Helping doesn't mean being drained. Helping doesn't mean living for everyone else but yourself. Helping means building smarter systems, education, emergency aid, barrels, investments that lift others without sinking yourself. Because if the goal is to build stronger communities, then we need financially healthy immigrants, not broken ones, overworked, resentful ones. So to every immigrant who's tired, who feels guilty for wanting to rest, this is what I can tell you. You are not ungrateful for wanting peace. You are not heartless for setting boundaries. You are not selfish for choosing yourself. You've already given enough, and now it's time to give to yourself, because the kind that heals, not drains, start here. Now, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts. Also, remember to subscribe, like, and share as well. And until next time, bye bye.